the third question is not necessarily if you have a moral code, but the importance of having one. Right? Yeah. So what would be what is the importance of having a moral code?
Importance of having a moral code to moi.
And I know you have a very religious aspect to your moral code, but
spiritual more than just religious.
That's fair. And I think it's interesting because I recently been reading about the younger generations like arguably being amoral and like being afraid to take a side. So what would you say is the importance of having a moral code? Not necessarily what it is, but the importance of having one. Because I would argue.
What's the saying? If you'll stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I. 'Tis I, just Henry, the original, the one, the only, the one I just like singing. This is the umpteenth view, and this is the good cousin.
When you were singing Just the Two of Us, were you singing, what is it? What is that? Is that
Bill Withers?
No, I wasn't gonna say that. Well, Will Smith did one, but I'm thinking of Luther Vandross and that "Dance with My Father" song.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Either way, I want to. When you're singing "Just the Two of Us," you talking to you and them, or you and me? Okay, I just have to make sure. Either way,
it could be many more. I hope it's many of you watching at the same time.
It's the person watching right now. That's the one that counts.
So then we are connected.
Yes, sir. Either way, it's Wiz B. Wise in the flesh, the hip hop nerd. How y'all feeling out there, good people? I'm feeling pretty blessed. Yeah. It may not seem like it, but this is me in my elated state where you so happy, you high. That's the type of energy I hope to give off.
That's what it is. I like it. I enjoy it. Yeah, man. I'm cool when I want to be. Saying, but I'm excitable when I want to be.
Yes, sir. And
control.
We just counting them, man, because it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
And shout out to my homegirl Takina for getting her PhD in STEM and engineering.
Okay.
Black woman.
Okay.
Let's go. She kind of radical, but y'all done messed up by getting
it. It takes a radical to do those types of jobs.
Yes, sir.
As far as women choosing those types of jobs. I'm proud and happy to know someone that knows you.
She's doing big things in her hometown in Michigan, so definitely got to give love to her. She is a recent watcher of the channel. I don't believe she subscribed, but it is what it is. I know she watches it.
You watch more than 2 of our videos, like what is the name? Just Pearly, she say?
Yes, sir.
We got beef.
That's fair. I'm with it. But we gonna push, and I believe it is the 3rd episode of a podcast.
Numero 3.
So to start things off right, we're gonna do with the best thing we saw on social media. Just Henry has afforded me a video. I got one for y'all, so I hope y'all enjoy.
We got Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Oh, okay.
This guy is just, we learned some magic tricks and he just forgets the magic tricks. Like,
I said I was so happy I was hot, so that means it's in my brain.
No worries. 1, 2, 3.
All right, first video. Y'all bypass the terrible interface right now. TikTok on some other stuff, and right now we both too high to understand or show.
High on life.
You gotta make sure you stretch that. White privilege going wrong. Let's get it.
First off, I need y'all to understand. I know, and he may possibly. Have you seen this yet?
I made sure I didn't.
You know what? I'm gonna ask him what island this is from.
Okay.
As soon as it's finished playing, and I really know for a fact you all will enjoy Maestro.
I don't want to listen to stupid reggae. Put on some rap. No! I don't want to behave myself.
I don't want to behave myself.
There's no police on here. Why is he telling you there's no police? That sounds threatening, don't you think?
Because it's his boat, we have to follow his
He's just like, there's no police, there's no police. Like, he's gonna like,
No, he's the captain. You gotta listen to him. Oh, he's the captain of this 20-foot boat. Who cares?
Take your time or leave the boat.
leave the boat. What? Leave the boat. Like, how am I gonna leave the boat? It's like a walking.
We're gonna watch that again in case y'all want. I gotta see that again.
I love how you said no. I don't want to behave myself.
Why is he telling you there's no police? That sounds threatening, don't you think? He's just like, there's no police, there's no police.
No, he's the captain. You gotta listen to him. Oh, he's the captain.
But it's your dad. You're not even listening to your dad.
Take your time or leave the boat.
Leave the boat. What? Leave the boat. Like, how am I gonna leave the boat? It's like a walking.
This is how you leave the boat. This is how you leave the boat. Now, what island are they on?
I don't know. I don't know.
You ain't hear him. You ain't hear him say it. Take your time. Ain't no police out here. Who does that sound like?
A person saying, I don't know, man.
What island? What accent does it sound like, man?
Dog.
Just guess what
I
island in the
don't-
Caribbean.
Nassau, probably?
Thank you, Jesus Christ, man. This was laid out like a smorgasbord of a cornucopia of crazy food in a buffet in a Chinese restaurant in America. That was laid out. That was T-ball.
Dog.
All you have
I've
to do
only
is say
been to
Bahamas.
one island in my life.
Which
You
one
know
was that? Which one was that?
Nassau.
And you should have guessed that first.
Boy, I know there's way too many accents, and no,
No,
that's not.
there really isn't because
That's
every
not-
island is different.
I've heard a Jamaican person speak.
And they speak totally different
I've
than a
heard a
Bahamian.
Turks person speak.
It's totally different than a Bahamian.
I've heard a Bahamian speak, and I still can't identify it. Why? Because I still can't understand it.
You know what? I'm gonna challenge you to start paying attention to the nuances, especially where different islands say the same word differently.
Yo, my wife has shown me a lot of those videos, and I'm gonna tell you.
You still don't understand.
No.
It's just hubba to you.
Oh, no, yes, I listen for trigger words. It's the same thing.
I just need context clues.
Yes,
That's good. I gotta work hard on this conversation.
There's a reason why I love the written language and not so much the spoken one.
That I can take that.
That was glorious.
I know for a fact this is off of the Bahamas. Probably Nassau. This tickled me sideways, okay? That's why I'm so not overly animated right now. I wanted to see his reaction, and this is a perfect example of instant karma. Like the sheer power of this moment. We have a young gentleman who has been living in the lap of mother and father's luxury that they've given him. All right. This has produced a person whom has no moral compass and no decorum, and they just don't care. They basically don't care. The main line that I like to prove this dynamic is his daddy saying he's the captain and you gotta listen to him. Almost as though he was speaking from the captain's authority, like a wife. My bad, that was bad. But at the same token, he spoke. It was just like out of place. It was almost like he was like, yeah, I can't make you do it, but he can, right? Let's try his authority, because you don't do anything when I tell you to do it. And it was deplorable. I was disgusted by that daddy moment, because to be honest with you, after the first insult to reggae, to the music, to the culture of where I am, I'm slapping his face to shut his mouth. Quickly. Like, what is wrong with you? We are in public. Even in private, you shouldn't say that stupidness. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of and the mother. And the mother. It's his boat. It's his. Oh, he's the captain of this 20-foot boat. And rudely insulting this man through his parents. He deserved every ounce of water that he swallowed.
Was he crying in the water?
He was bawling. Hey, but that bastard pushed me. And you see the clown face. You ever seen the clowns with their sad face? You ever see how it goes extra? And he was like that. That was his ugly face.
The
is really
video
ugly.
call.
That was an ugly cry.
I don't think that's white.
That
I
was
think that's.
They need to make a new meme of his ugly cry. That supersedes Michael Jordan's cry face, Kobe Bryant's cry face, Tyrese's cry face. This is the new cry face. This is what we got to do. So if we could just digitize that, Maestro, and put right here where my hand is this man's face,
I got you.
that would be hilarious. Because
Challenge accepted.
boy, oh boy.
That's so good. Here's
I like it.
Here's why I'm so glad I seen that, because we're gonna discuss a video later today, but this is when words can only get you so far.
Okay.
That young egotistical kid was not gonna respect that man's authority. Why? Because he didn't respect his parents.
He's never respected authority.
They tried
in his
to
life.
reason with him, and he becomes unreasonable. All right, so let me show you how the game actually goes. Let me take you by your feet and put you in this water.
And guess what you can do? Yell from the water. Yell. Scream. I don't
Him
care.
not being able to swim didn't say, let me respect this man's authority, because he gonna get me from point A to point B.
And I'm gonna call back to shore, man overboard.
Right, you better hope they come and get you.
And they're gonna be like, Henry, this is the third time this week. I'll be like, well, he tried me again in my boat. Don't try me in my boat. It's my boat.
He disrespected that man culture, his
Everything.
authority, his boat, his
Everything.
livelihood.
Why are you in the islands if you only want to hear rap? Get out of here.
Let me show you how the game
Why
goes.
you don't have a headset? Why you don't have earphones in your head?
So good.
Clown.
So good.
You water clown.
So good.
That was perfect.
Yo, I'm so happy I seen
They
that.
can't swim.
Yo.
Why?
And they got
Why
sharks
are
in
we
that
out here?
water too. Y'all willy-nilly jumping in there.
Barracuda, hey, play with it if you want to. Go ahead. Okay.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you again.
Fantastically welcome.
My God, that was I'm so happy I didn't watch that.
Good.
Yo.
Your reaction is priceless. Priceless.
Yo.
Beautiful.
That touched my soul. That was so good.
Oh, the new cry face, man.
Whew,
The
I
new
got
cry
you.
face. We can put it back up. Put it right here, man.
Talking all that toughness. Put your ass on your back.
That bastard pushed me.
All that tussle, all that bass in your voice. Yes, sir.
Funny. And you know what's funny? I think he's cried like that before because he's speaking from a script that didn't even fit the scenario because he wasn't pushed.
Man.
He was rather lifted and escorted. It's more of a flip it, little lift of the legs. Throwing of your center of gravity.
Get off your boat. He's let me help you out. Oh, escort you.
And what's funny is you had the option to not even shut your mouth, but actually like say, well, I'm gonna stay on the boat. Like, I'm gonna stay on the boat obnoxiously.
Oh boy.
But hey, that was juicy. That was good.
Second video. Give me 2 seconds. That's gonna linger. I'm just gonna randomly start laughing
It is
because
quite all right. It's
my
supposed to.
that is
It's
imprinted
supposed to.
in my brain. That
It's supposed
is
to.
great.
Walk down.
Oh, one hand on him. One hand on him.
Come back. Oh, nope. Come. Oh,
Got him. Got him. Oh, yeah, I saw this one. E. Oh, don't step on it. Oh, it's over. It's over. Give him them ooh-oohs. Yeah. Give him the ooh-oohs.
You definitely want the videos funniest thing you saw on social media. But I love this one because black folks make the smallest things hype.
Yes.
Hype.
Yes.
And it's just from the crowd, the energy. They took
Yes.
one-on-one drills.
Yeah.
Walking.
Yeah.
And the build-up is so real that
Yeah.
it juked the man out. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Honestly, when it said on there that only skilled players can actually do this, the practicality of it is incredible. Like it's so for real. Like because of the sheer fact that you need to train your reaction, not your anticipation, kind of. Anticipation is an emotion, and that kind of will lead you astray more often than not. But if you're reacting to what's actually happening and your instincts are what's firing off quickly, that's what you need to train to be able to mitigate your scenario, right? Because if he jukes left and actually is juking left, I can do a quick juke, light juke, and if he doubles back, I can double back with him. But if I keep my center of gravity low, got to keep these hips down. Guess what you can do? You can, I'm not able to do these things anymore. My knees.
Boy, I'm telling you
My
day.
knees will just say, Henry, my brother, let's talk. Come over here. We need to go in the shade, out the sun. Come, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's speak on this because our
I love it. Emphasis on that learning to react more so than to anticipate. That's well words spoken. That is life lessons.
Oh yeah. Big
That
time.
is
Big time.
sports 101.
Oh, yeah.
That's fighting games 101. Yo,
Oh, yeah.
that's life. I love
yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
It's a must. It's a must because you don't want to, like you said, application to reality. You do not want to be walking through life anticipating the bad, anticipating even the good, anticipating what could be. No, we want to react to what's real. Let's observe what's real. That's what our senses are here for. Our emotions are here to help us but analyze what we're receiving. Antennae. That's what the emotions are there for. How does it make me feel? Am I hot?
I like it.
Am I cold? Am I worried? Am I
Sad,
anxious?
gotta show.
Am I excited? Am I really freaking scared?
I like it.
I don't know. Those things help you figure out. Well, even in the midst of being scared, there's still moments where your reality's like, you still got to do it. Let's go. Walking on stage. Some stages I've been petrified. But then it's like the stairs up to the stage is when I get really nervous. It's like right before
Anticipating, yeah.
walk that anticipation is just murderous. It's
love it.
killing me.
I love it.
Which is the emotion. Then guess what? The reality sets in like, Henry, it's showtime. And our body's like, no, it's showtime. Muscle memory, let's go. Shuts down the nerves, gets my body in go. I'm ready. It's mind over matter. It's
I like it.
You know what I mean?
I like it. Yeah, I got you. I'm with it. I got you.
And that's free. All y'all gotta do is like, comment, subscribe.
Anticipate. We're gonna get some more stuff. React.
Well, we gonna
subscribing and
we gonna react
later videos.
to your likes and comments.
I got
That's
it.
What we gonna do.
I love it. That's so good. Anticipation, reaction. I really appreciate those two words in that context. That is incredible. That's life. I love it.
Yes, sir.
That will come up later. I promise you. I'm gonna steal that.
Great selection. That was fun.
That was great.
The coach even ooh-oohed him, man. He's like, You saw when he looked back, he said, he double step with the same foot, dog, with flip flop. flop song. Why is it? I think that might have threw him off with the flop of the flip. With the flip flop, he's like plop 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 plop.
It was
like,
so subtle.
over.
Like he was like, "When you gonna move? When you gonna move? I'm anticipating."
Yep.
Oh, hit yourself.
Yep.
I'm off.
He thought he had it. He was like, "Look at that belly. I got this, man."
You see the earlier videos with dude walking quickly, right? And then he's making it harder for you to anticipate instead of just watching react. And then this one you see so slow that you are literally racking your mind. Like, when are you going to try to fake me? And he just leaves himself. I love it, man. I love it. Personal question of the day.
Personal question of the day. We can take these off?
Yes, sir.
All right, good things.
Personal question of the day.
Here we go.
This one's it's gonna sound kind of stupid for a lot of folks, but I think it's important. It's important, especially just for younger watching, figuring out life.
The youths.
Older watching, still figuring out life.
Elders.
And it really is as simple as, did you have goals growing up, and are those goals the same as they are now?
Yes and no.
Elaborate, por favor.
As a child, I wanted to be a professional football player. I also, even at one point, had endeavors on being a trumpet jazz artist.
Let's go.
Right? And then...
Is it Miles Davis, jazz musician?
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. Dizzy Gillespie, where you at?
Yes, go.
Anyway, and then I joined the military. I think the military took the air out of my rebellious phase, because it wasn't really rebellious.
Order.
It was just like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much had to work, and after work we unwind and do it again. During that phase there was a lot of changes that I went through. There was a lot of soul searching and questioning why I did what I did, how I did it, and who I actually looked up to, and was like, I pick and choose these things, and I said, all right, I'm choosing to be this now. And within that came a lot of different goals, and also different efforts towards trying to achieve these goals, because there's a lot of things that I do now that I wouldn't do in my 20s at all. Wouldn't even think to do. My ego was a bit blinding back then, because I allowed it. Even though I chose who I wanted to be, I still was following what I thought everybody else still wanted me to be. Like, I'm still like, I'm mean, but I'm gonna try as mean to do this. Like they, nah. But things change, as we all should. We all should be trying to get better.
So you would say your goals, they change for the better?
Heck yeah.
Blessings.
Oh yeah. Blessings. Not to say that being a professional football player is unrealistic, but the odds were against me. Not to say that being a trumpet musician is out of the question. I have a trumpet at the house. It's not out of the question. All I gotta do is practice and get my chops back. I mean, I'm
still doing music.
So, and plus I make music all the time.
Yes,
so yeah, thank you. And my priorities change. So for the better, because I got kids, man. I got kids. So
love it.
Yeah. For now, that's what I got.
That's
until something sparks in my mind.
That's what. Hey, I love it. For me, it was. I think we talked about before, like the importance of hip hop in my life. For me, I didn't have goals. I really didn't. I can't think back to a period of time to where I was like, I'm gonna do this when I get bigger. Like for me, we moved around so much that I think I withdrew to a period of time, and I just grew angrier and angrier. Yeah. So it's like, I remember Young Jeezy had a video with Keisha Cole, and it was called Dreaming. And in the video, he had a little dude sitting on the front, and the teacher asked him, what you want to be when you grow up? And I remember getting asked the same question. Kindergarten, first grade, fifth grade, whatever the case may be. And I was like, I don't know. I just want to be alive. And that was the biggest thing. It was so much negativity growing up. that I never got a chance to sit down and just ponder on those things. Like a lot of things I did were reactionary, right? Learning how to play slam ball in California. Drawing would be because sometimes we sit in the car, we'd be walking. Sometimes I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like cartoons so much, we just sit there and I just draw while my mother did what she did, right? And so a lot of these things just develop off of reaction so much too that when I finally got the time to sit down and think about stuff, all I knew was I was like 16, 17 years old and I just wanted to be remembered. And then the question of, okay, so what do you want to be remembered for doing? And I remembered that question coming up, like I was about to get kicked out of high school because I wasn't going, because I was too busy working, right? And so I had like 400 or 500 hours of detention.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I had a long list. And so I've been sitting there thinking about, if I drop out, then I'm doing what they wanted me to do. My older brother didn't graduate, and I would be the first person to graduate. And then I used to think that my auntie had so much animosity towards me that I was like, if I drop out, she gonna win. All she gonna do is berate me for this. So despite this 400 hours, we're gonna make it work. And so what I did, still have my 2 jobs, and I'll never forget, we working at Panera Bread. And I'm reading, for whatever reason, I just decided to take this long hike home, G.
Yeah.
If you're from Champaign, Panera Bread is on Mattis. I live in Urbana. Okay. So that's like, I can't even put it in
Like
miles.
from Brandon to...
I couldn't do it because I don't travel here very much. All I'm going to say is it's a 3-hour walk home.
Jeez.
3 hours. And it's about a 40-minute drive. 3 hour
walk.
walk.
I was about to say across town, man.
Yeah, like you driving from one part. It's like Tampa and Brandon. So if you're going to South Brandon, I don't know how long that would take to walk, and I walk pretty quickly. And this is my shifts would be like 9 o'clock at night, and so I make it home. If I leave at 9 and we close on time, so I'm leaving the store like 9:30, I'd make it home like 12:45. And so I'm walking, like I got stories where I'm walking late at night. I've met crackheads. Yeah. I've met aggressive white folk. Yeah. I've met some suspicious black folk. Yeah. I've seen some stuff on the corner. Wow. But regardless, I read Great Expectations written by Charles Dickens. And I don't know what made me stop to read it out, because all you got really is walking in the dark is street lights. Right. And so I make sure I stay in the main well-lit road. If y'all ever been outside by yourself, y'all know y'all don't really go in the dark spots, especially in some green apron that's stained with bread and sauce and stuff on there. So I talk that stuff. I ain't got no problem fighting, but that don't mean I go looking for a threat. Right. But either way, I'm reading this book, and the whole thing, Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, whole thing's about a come up. You take this young sir, he gets put on from simply helping a prisoner, and this man gives him money, funds his whole life. He don't even know nothing about it. He comes from nothing, and that 3 hours reading, flying through probably it's a long book. So I didn't read the whole thing in that one set. I don't want to stress that, but it just sparked me reading. And this whole thing, and I was like, all right, so if I'm gonna die today, I'll be comfortable with somebody reading something I written down. And that sparked my love for literature. And that sparked my love for the hustle. That sparked and gave me purpose. So that I really didn't have goals until that moment.
Oh my God. So real quick.
Yes, sir.
I need to just pay mention that it's amazing the different things that can be interpreted as motivational, even if it's negative. Like what? That ish talk, man. It's something about it. Something about somebody, a naysayer, somebody telling you or talking that, man, whatever. You ain't. Whatever.
Anticipating that conversation.
Doubting me?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes, sir.
What? My conviction? My drive? I can't wait to prove you wrong.
Yes, sir. And I love my auntie to the day. I think she did a great thing. But man, I'm telling you, some of those moments was like, the whole bit of working 2 jobs. So the second you put me out, me and my little sister Gucci, I'm ready. No matter, nothing happened. We got enough to pay for the hotel, so on and so forth. And just like that's one of the things, like I never really worry about negative stuff, because I've seen quite a bit, and I think I've lived and survived such a long stuff that it's hard for me to come down. But in the negative, in the flip side, and I know it's not necessarily like a part of the conversation, but it was my fear of my daughter her not having the strength to like, because I don't never want her to move in a situation that I had to, but that type of stuff I would argue builds character. So it's I think about that often.
Here's how I respond. This is Daddy Swag 101.
Daddy Swag 101.
Matter of fact, no, it's 201. It's 201. 101 is just be there.
Fair enough. That's important. What? That's important. Yes,
201 is understanding that your efforts are now to do your best to have a lifestyle that your daughter doesn't have to go through the crazy crap that you had to go through. But you are the storyteller. You are the gatekeeper that holds those keys to the levels of maturity and understanding that you can show her that she's graduated. Express to her that, you've accomplished this. Now, guess what? Ba-bam. That's the next one. That's the next level. I've been doing that with Jason Eudora for years, and it's working. Especially with Dory going into middle school now, it's a whole nother game now. With the whole sorry, we grown here. The bra thing, oh my God.
Boy, middle school?
As a man,
that's freaking time.
I'm like, so first off, I need everybody to understand, my daughter's developing. And I'm like, what? And I'm screaming. Dude, and I'm thinking of T.I. protecting the hymen, bro. Like, what? I get it, bro. I get it. T.I., I ain't gonna knock you. But the thing is that we still gotta dwell in reality as well. So that's why I tried to make sure I expressed to her that you don't want to walk around life like you're scared of life, you're scared of people. No, you gotta be able to stand firm and embrace and experience. The thing is that the reaction to the negative needs to be predetermined. You need to be secured and confident in the reaction to that negative, because
I love it.
Most people are flight. Some people are fight. I like to fight. I'm just saying. I want my daughter to be a fighter. Just being real. This is what I want. And is that going to be reality? More than likely, she's going to be a fighter. I just need her to understand that we need to choose our fights. Big facts. We need to choose how far we go with each fight. Yes, and, there's still a retreat button. You know what I'm saying? We can still back. It's nothing wrong. No shame in that.
Big facts.
So, honestly, bro, the thought process that you have is showing the promise. Is showing the yearning to be a good father, and that is the essence of being a good father. Is wanting to be a good father.
It's important.
What? And then knowing or acknowledging where you, how you see it. Mm-hmm. And now, bro, just those levels, bro. I promise you, it's going to be good for you, because you're going to feel more confident in your child being out of your
I love it. Yeah. That makes sense.
Or not care, but out of your sight.
Guidance,
out of your protective zone.
Provision? Is that the one?
We'll say provision.
Is that the one?
I can take it.
I don't know. We're going to find out.
I'll go with it. Because you're providing the protection, you're providing the security, you're providing a home for this child to be in, and you're making sure the lights on, the air work. We got food everywhere. We got the dogs ready to bite a nigga head off. Like this. What? I'm just saying. You got one for the head, you got one for the kneecaps. There you go.
That's it. So, I'm trying to get a third one.
I heard it for the middle. Don't jump in the middle.
Full body.
That's what's up. You gotta get a pit down. I was like, stop. But the effort, bro, speaks highly. So don't ever lose it, and I'll be your motivator. I got your back.
I'm with that. I love it.
I got your back.
I love it. Last question, because I really like that one.
Because that was a good one.
Yeah, that one.
Boy. Life without a moral code is chaos, man.
Yes,
it's just a waste.
The third question is not necessarily if you have a moral code, but the importance of having one. Right? Yeah. So what would be what is the importance of having a moral code?
Importance of having a moral code to moi.
And I know you have a very religious aspect to your moral code, but
spiritual more than just religious.
That's fair. And I think it's interesting because I recently been reading about the younger generations, like arguably being amoral and like being afraid to take a side. So what would you say is the importance of having a moral code? Not necessarily what it is, but the importance of having one. Because I would argue...
What's the saying? If you'll stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything? Remember that one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It is important to be able to know a line, know what standards are, know what boundaries are. Because if you don't know what a boundary is, cannot acknowledge one, and cannot adapt, change a little bit. You know, that's what the nuance of being a civilized human being is. We can adapt, and we can move around other people's boundaries. Because if you don't, there's a certain number of people. I don't think it's right, but they will off you. They will shut your lights off, not to wake back up, not unconscious. You're gone. There's other people that will fight you. There's other people that will bite you. There's people that will try to ruin your career, or try to ruin your social media presence. They'll try to cancel you, you know.
That's a good word to use, and that's something we have to talk about.
You have to know the boundaries in which you can move. Thus why human beings, being adventurous, curious creatures that we are, we need to know that there's a limit to our humanity. Because if we just thought we were superhuman, Darwin had a little bit of a good theory with this. Survival of the fittest, mentally, emotionally. Because if you're not fit, you're gonna do things that are gonna be bad. Maybe hurting yourself, maybe hurting someone else, or getting hurt by someone that is like, no, you're infringing on my boundary, and I will shut you down. Whatever it takes. If it's words, if it's fisticuffs, or if it's the next level. And it's for self-preservation. It's for survival to be able to do that. Because if you dwell within a gray area, OMG, you have opened yourself to other people's choices, to other people's decisions and their decisions of their boundaries. You're adopting their boundaries. You're not even making your own. You're just following with the form, with the encapsulation of whatever group or generalization, I guess, you're going to be in at that point. You're not even trying to be an individual. You're not trying to even understand other people's perspectives. You're just trying to just be like a flag in the wind, just there, looking pretty.
So here's what's fascinating. I'm gonna add on to that one a little bit. I agree with the notion of having a moral code. One that you stick to is paramount for survival, adaptation. However, I also believe that being in the gray is being able to put yourself in the gray. I don't think no one should move in gray, right? Because that means you're not making a decision. You're too busy processing decisions made by others, which is what you were saying. However, it is also important for a person to put themselves in the gray to understand that I would argue morality is also progressiveness. Right? Okay. If you have a sense of direction, you go that direction, even if it's right or wrong. Okay. Right? If you're in the gray, it allows you to see why this may be right, why this may be wrong. A lot of morality codes, someone with a strong moral code, this is what it is, and this is what it will be. Instead of the gray allows one to see if they're moving in the gray and coming out. Because I still believe you should have a strong sense.
Wouldn't objective thinking kind of encompass that, as in being able to say, is objective the wrong word? Being able to be open to any and everybody's opinion or perspectives and things of that nature. Because I guess the words used to say that you're dwelling in there, I guess you can say, I would prefer saying that I can put myself in their position. I can put my understanding in there. Okay. Yes.
I would argue that's some bit of greatness. I would argue that's some bit of greatness. Because understanding,
I get it.
Yeah, here's what I would like. A lot of philosophers, to me, they always question ethics and morality because they put themselves in the gray.
Okay.
But you could spend too much time to suspend it in thought.
Right.
Right. I don't believe that if you have a very strong moral code to you, like you in general, to you, if say for example, reading is paramount. Everybody should read.
Okay.
Your moral standard says everybody's going to read, and they're not going to do that. So what the decisions you take, I assume, would be to make sure everybody is reading, right? But you're not looking to why some folks may not read.
Okay.
Because you're too busy focused on everybody's going to read.
Not looking at the individuals or groups that can kind of, you can bracket a little bit, like these guys like comics, these guys like manga, these guys like novels, no pictures. Right.
And so if you're looking in the gray, you're invested in saying, okay, why they might not read, you can improve the essence of making sure everybody reads.
And even gather more. I get you.
So that's what I'm saying. So I think the gray is important, but I think the word I like most is moderation.
Okay.
And I think moderation is a relatively gray term because it's not tentative, maybe, I don't know, but it allows you to balance, allows you to see. Jordan Peterson talks about yin and yang, and he talks about that line that divides it. I think that's the gray, where you see the circle, most of it's black and most of it's white, but there's a line that divides, and I think that's the gray, being able to see that. So
but I believe that the day and age that we're living in, that line is too broad.
That is extremely fair.
That line.
Everybody's trying to tippy-toe around important decisions and discussions. And that is, and it's also the gray area is used as a fog area to be able to not decide,
in a weird way, justify some things that are considered socially in the majority as bad, or off or different. And I think that gray area is being used to be able to say, you know what, with the questions that come from understanding someone, the gray area, the understanding would be able to, if I want to be in the gray, if I want to be here, not use it for understanding of yes or no, so that I can make a decision. No, I want to be in the gray. So every question or every answer that I emit is to keep me in the gray, or to be able to justify staying in the gray, or to justify my actions or whatever I'm choosing, such as I'm gonna just be me. This is my opinion. This is just Henry's opinion. Okay. I don't believe that any adult, any parent should make a decision for a child to have a change of sex, such as, what is it, the chemical castration? I don't believe that should be a thing. Okay. I believe that this scenario should be an adult decision when you're an adult. So therefore, for the child when they become an adult. Right. I got you. A person dwelling in the gray would say, but what about the feelings of the child? If the child was feeling like they're really, really deep in their soul feel that they were born in a different body than they were supposed to. And I'm like, I get you, but kids also want to be mermaids. Kids also want to be walking unicorns. This is so good. You get what I'm saying? Like, so a child's mind is meant to be explorative. They're supposed to see everything so they can gather input. And then guess what? As an adult, you can take the input you've gathered, the morals that you've learned, the wrongs that you've seen, the experiences that you have, maybe even the questions answered by elders, and you can make a decision on what kind of adult you want to be. We just had a conversation, and y'all, this was off script. That I was not expecting that. We literally just had a conversation about life goals and how they change. Yeah. Why would you allow a child? I don't think that's, I get what you're saying. I think they're being, that's like passive aggressiveness, because they clearly have a thought. They just don't want to step on it. They don't want to admit it. It's like you're putting your political view, and you're emitting your political view through your child. You're living through your child. Like, I can't stand when a parent is don't like that. Do anything that they wanted. No, you gotta. I was gonna be the best running back in the world. You're gonna be a running back. Come on, man. Went to school with a dude who only played basketball because his daddy was on his neck, and he hated the sport. So, that living through your child stuff, that needs to die, dog. That cannot be a thing. If you are a parent that is really there for their child,
So good,
that
man.
is the worst thing you can do to your child, is to tell your child what they have to be, what they are going to be. No, I'm going to give you the world so that you can see there's so many different options that you can take your time and make a decision. You can go to college, start off with just basic classes, choose your electives later, and experience life. But
Yes, sir.
But you're gonna. That's the only thing I tell my kids. You're gonna go to college, though.
Yes, sir.
Especially if Big Daddy paying for it, though.
Every time, Big Daddy, every time you say it, throw me off. Every time. Just,
Well,
I
Big
be
Daddy
sitting
gotta
there
do
walking
it.
and imagine it, and then Big Daddy, something just drops and
real.
crashes my
That
whole
real.
imagination, man.
So,
But that's,
you know what I'm saying?
I love it.
But it's real, man.
love
Like
it.
people aren't paying attention to these
I
things.
love it.
And,
I
and
love
they're
it.
not talking about it
Love
enough,
it.
man.
They're not talking about it. They're afraid to talk about it.
Easier said than done, right? Just saying. I'm preaching to the choir right now. I'm preaching to myself. I'm over here in the mirror like, Henry, you better not go back, boy. Don't you do it. You better stand strong, boy. Yeah, you, boy. Sorry. Call myself boy. Don't you call me boy. Hey, do what I'm saying.
Boy, this ain't the 40s.
Respect. Put some respect on my name. Sorry.
You good?
Yeah, I'm real good.
That's good. That's gonna conclude. You got any lasting messages for the lovelies out there?
Like, comment, share. It's the umpteenth view. We love you.
Love y'all. Y'all be easy.
Even if you don't want the love, I'm giving it to you. Blah.
You gonna take it. Blah.
Oh,